I suppose this is going to be a general purpose video here. It's 12:20 p.m. West Coast time. It's still September 30th, 2024. And I got The Doors playing through the head. It's the song of The End. The melody is haunting enough anyway. Watching that with a movie clip associated with it, Apocalypse Now, is not exactly how I wanted to deal with the edge of World War III coming up, or at least a heavy duty Middle East war. It's going to be tearing us apart. This is going to be general public, and I know there's going to be a few people I'll be tagging for this one. I just hope they understand that what I'm saying right now is I got a sick feeling in my stomach. Doesn't matter how much food you can shove into a damn limited space, it still hurts like hell, but still, that's not the thing. What is the thing right now is dealing with mounting aggressions more and more forward, putting us into a longer war than we recognized. I keep thinking we're in the beginning stages of World War III, and maybe what we consider what World War III in our own imaginations were supposed to be. Maybe it's the climax or the apex of it all. We're just going through the buildup. We're going through people trying to kill each other in the process, one way or another. And yeah, just listening to the news reports on the corporate media, but also on the independents, sometimes they're trying to cover it more and more detail with other people they've got listening to them. It doesn't make this any easier for me to deal with. It's never the easiest thing for me to say that this is a needed thing, this is a wanted thing, and we're going to be going to rah rah ree. No, what I'm looking at is maybe new technology being used, and then we're forced to adapt on it, and hoping maybe we can just survive it. Artificial intelligence being used or probably incorporated into machines, or open warfare is done by zeros and ones. That's one thing using mechanics for it, but now we got artificial intelligence being used for it. Has to make the program decisions whether or not if it's able to recognize friend from foe. We can't even do that in the biological sense, recognize friend from foe, because we are hypocritical beings. We're not altruistic, we're not truthful, we're not open about it. We dodge. We dodge one way or dodge another way. We have an armed force probing into another country to see if there are any weaknesses to be exploited. Military leader had already been blasted away by an airstrike. I think you folks know what I'm talking about. Everybody will say it directly, and there has to be assumptions on this video, isn't there? I try not to go after it, but apparently I've got to name it anyway. The conflict in the Middle East doesn't stop. It just changes tactics. It's like watching a computer game that you switch from party to party and realize that Both sides are screwed up anyway. So why are you doing the attacks on both sides? Turn yourself into a hypocritical creature. Probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about anyway. People flip sides sometimes, and others they're so solidified it's not even funny. They can't bend. They can't change course. They have to be who and what they are. And therefore, we have to accept that, don't we? What theoretically started back in November, actually November when there was an attack, escalated into the situation that we have right now. People captured, mutilated, tortured, dragged, and then it happens on both sides. When the retaliation comes trying to rescue them, it's still the same damn thing. But the anger is there, and people switch sides and choose sides and entice everybody else to choose a side. Otherwise, they're declared an enemy of the state. And we cannot have it both ways. Are we an enemy to both states, or are we trying to be friends to both states to prevent a war from happening? But unfortunately, we're so solidified that I've got a country of Israel whose beleaguered existence came up, long histories that people forget, or in other cases remember singularly, about how their side started, and therefore blame everybody else. And it's just a continuing escalation of it. We're seeing more escalation happening when another country was doing hit and raids, and then the beleaguered country fights back hard and worse. Rules of conventional warfare thrown out because there is no more conventional ways of fighting. There's only unconventional ways. We're using drones, we're using technology, we're trying to kill without bloodshed, but now we get to put bloodshed into it. Boots on the ground into a neighboring country after it's already been devastated in certain areas. Now there's going to be a ground war coming up. Broadcasted, yelled at to the media saying we're going to have a ground war. We need to have more publicity on this. Show the patriotism, show the nationalism, show the deeper meaning why it's important to do this. I'm getting more and more sick to my stomach because I think another war is going to happen, not for weeks, but maybe a year or two. Worse. More supplies screaming, more money needed, more bloodshed. It wasn't ideas or thought about a ancient philosopher a long time ago who made predictions that people lived by and expected to be because this one guy said so. Or texts a long time ago, longer than him, stating what could be or projected to be. And now we're making that happen without even realizing it. I try not to be settled. I'm trying not to be unsettled about it. I'm trying not to be expected. Unfortunately, I am anticipated and expected. I got to be witness to all this stuff. I have to be. I got to be witness to all the insanity happening at this point because there's no way of getting out of the damn thing. No matter how many times we keep trying to say we need to go back to the table to talk about things, we can't do that. Blood's got to be satisfied. Political crap, and we've got people yelling and screaming at each other that if we don't get blood going on in that one, it's not going to mean anything because of our rhetoric that we keep scaring the living crap out of everybody, including ourselves. So we're supposed to be happy about that? We're supposed to be ecstatic that we're doing this to ourselves? I don't know. Is that acceptable? In common social norms, would it be acceptable? But these are uncommon days turning out to be common days, so what is acceptable and normal these days? I guess some people think I'm so profound about these damn things, and I try to stay the hell away from all of it because it's too damn nuts. It's way too nuts. I can't think of one way or another that they want me to think of. Because I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm asking myself, what the hell are we doing to ourselves? Why? I haven't got any answer for it. We're bloodthirsty. We're hungry. We turn out to be ravenous creatures that walk on two legs. They're not turning out to be vampires. No, 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 no. No. We're just feeding something else that's totally ravenous right now. Wants more attention, more negative outcome, more. I hear people trying to scare everybody left and right. They'll do the social norms, they'll do the social media, and they'll preach up a fire and hell and brimstone crap. Try to terrify people like me into thinking and believing into them that they're going to save us, or maybe we should be living in total fear, and that's how it should be. And the only reaction I have is I want to take a fist and punch them in the face and tell them, shut up. Is this what you wanted? Is this the thing that you wanted, the retaliation? You crave and pray and plead for this? You beg for the pain? You beg for the bloodshed? Your own blood being shed so you can be a martyr? And the hell with everybody else? Your own damn sick, psychotic mind wants this thing. Something or someone that probably leading you one way wants you to be a vessel of this shit. And we're so damn afraid of each other. We're so damn pissed off and angry. Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. Doesn't matter what nationality or religious aspect we're following. We're following these kind of negative impulses just for someone else's pure sick pleasure. But we, on the other hand, think we're better. We're going to try doing the rah-rah-ree, patriotic, cheerleading crap. And what happens? Is it working? At times I cared for my own side, for my own channel, if it was going to be functioning or not, and it's still static. And I keep wondering, would it have been better if nobody else watched it at all? Or do I need a vast army for myself to pay witness and heed to a raving of a lunatic? Because I am worried, and I'm probably sharing the same damn feelings like everybody else, and I want to hear the same thing because it's an echo box. Will it be What's going on? What are we going to do? And in the background, you probably hear the music of the Doors playing. This is the end. So now we get to feel miserable and depressed about it. But no, we're not done with it because we need screaming and yelling. We need bloodshed. We need everything else. We need to be panicking. And in our little corner of the universe, we're tearing each other apart because we're so damn afraid. We're stamping and clawing and crawling on each other. Till there's nobody left. It's a hell of a way to look at things. I mean, we want to look at things hopeful that there's going to be a better day. We try to play the Andy song in our heads. Try to look at things. There's going to be a tomorrow. Yeah, there's going to be a tomorrow, but unfortunately, in my own particular eyesight at this point, limited and dim as it is, I am not seeing the potential. I am not hearing the potential. All I keep hearing is fear-mongering and pushing about this topic or that topic, and we have to be pushed into a state of chaos and confusion. So other artists come into play, and we're thinking about that stuff. Phil Collins, Land of Confusion, wonderful song. I'm seeing a war happening. It's been going on. No matter how they dressed it, it was a war anyway. Didn't matter who started it. Of course, we want to be right about it, don't we? We want to be absolutely correct about this damn thing. Point the fingers because now we feel righteous and vindicated. God, we're utter fools and idiots. We don't know our ass from a hot rock. Is it so necessary to go after people left and right because we don't like them? One reason or another. We have this absolute revulsion. They're so strange and alienated to our ways, we gotta kill them. And after they're gone, we still have the memories still there. What do? Kill ourselves? Sorry, we're still left with the memories. Can't get rid of them. So what do? Start blacking and blasting out everything else? Just blotting out everybody? All the while the tensions and anxiety are going off the charts and off the roof on this one here. And I see people trying to find what they can do. I don't know what we're going to do. We can't seem to get any peace together. We can't talk to each other. We can't try to find the common grounds. Because we don't want the common grounds. We just want to go half-cocked on everybody and thinking we're right and they're wrong and we're going to destroy them. In one form or another, in one way or another. Somebody's moral and we're not. Or we're considering the other person amoral and we're moral because we say so. It's like I want to go back to bed and hide my dreams. It's like I want to go back and just hide in a fantasy that's not real. In a dreamscape that changes all the damn time, but realities, the horrors of it come up and terrify us. We have ego controlling everything. But nobody talks about it. Try to disguise it as something else and try to talk about the disguise, but not the pure, but not the ultimate. I hear preachers and pastors talking about and fearmonger this, fearmonger that, and be scared of this. And in the meantime, we find ways of killing each other. Want to know how I'm thinking and feeling right now? This is what I'm thinking and feeling. Because I'm witnessing to ourselves going further and further into insanity and madness. I have no power to say anything about it. I have no power to control it. I have no power of any kind. I'm witness and I'm seeing stuff being presented and I'm making reactions to it. But if this was actually happening here and now, I think that would absolutely terrify me a great deal. But then, I would have to take action besides being a recorder or a reporter of sorts. I have to be a participant in survival. I have to be part of the process that was already forced upon. Do the things I regret of going against a better nature. So now we're in for it. Maybe this is the end of times. Hopefully an end of a time that needed to be ended. And that a new beginning that we're all scared and afraid of. Built from the ashes or decisions made. Can we actually rebuild? But without trying to be a detriment, but be an accoutrement. I'm not going to tell people what to think or feel. I'm not going to tell them how to react. It's only their own behaviors, their own thought patterns, their own ways that they've grown up and learned about things. It's their own way of dealing and coping. Their own better moral judgments. Their look at it, things happening. And I am getting so damn depressed and sick and tired of it. People trying to push the negative button all the damn time. And still expecting more and more of a brutal behavior. There cannot be peace. There cannot be any peace. It has to be more and more bloodshed because we need to feed the beast. And it's asking for more from us. Because it's never sated. And never will be. So how do we deal with it? Even if I happen to say no all the damn time, I still make a decision. I'm not playing by your damn games or your rules. So what else can you do to me? Besides inflict a lot of visualized horrors. And then try to give me nightmares to control through me that way. Telling and trying to re-educate me into a format that goes against anything and everything I think about and feel about. And how tiresome it is. And it is. So what are we supposed to do about it? I'll stick the finger out, the metal digit, tongue out and do a Bronx cheer. And leave house for a temporary solution for our own decisions. But as for everybody else trying to ruin everybody else's day by their own actions, got an answer?